Hi, North Node Gemini, Honeybee Tarot Hive person. Um, my name is Melissa. Melissa means honeybee. And of course, you, as part of the hive, are very important and part of the community. That is my why, to create a community and to help people who are not aware that we are all connected and that there are so many ways that we can remind ourselves of our connection, not only to each other and to the collective world experience, but also to the divine, whatever you call that. And I have no ownership of what anyone calls the divine. But we are all connected, and one of the ways that I use to connect and remind myself of that is through tarot cards, and another way is through being very aware, kind of naturally, but also in practice, of different signs, symbols, and synchronicities that affect my life. And so that is what Honeybee Tarot is about. North Node readings are about us figuring out what's going on in the karmic collective, where you are in your why. The North Node is all about, kind of, at least for me, it's all in the description box, but I'll just say a little bit about it right now. It's kind of like looking at your why or your North Star. What is the purpose and point of you being here, of incarnating in what I call your 100 years? So what I'm going to do is show you the cards, the oracle cards that I pulled before starting this recording, and then we'll move into a reading using the tarot cards. Okay, so Gemini, if you're Gemini North Node, your South Node is in Sagittarius. So when these cards came out, I was like excited and stunned all at the same time. It's crazy. Collectively, karmically, we just moved into North Node Gemini, South Node Sagittarius. So it's kind of like you're right in alignment, right? You're going to want to go and find out in your chart where your North Nodes lie, in what houses they lie, and how this is going to impact you. But you can also listen to this reading, obviously. Okay, so Gemini. I don't even know. This probably could go on forever. I'll try to keep it short. At the bottom of the deck of the archetypes oracle deck by Kim Krantz, the bottom of this deck, you received the Forest. Okay? And the bottom of the deck for me informs kind of what we're moving through, starting from the past into the present and then into the future. Okay, so it's kind of like this kind of overall energy or theme. What came out of the deck was the animal. Okay, and these are archetypes. The dead end. Gnosis. And the empty room. I personally, I'm not North Node Gemini, but I know this story. I personally have experienced this space and this story, and sometimes I will purposely return to it when I am feeling afraid. So the Forest is a call and a reminder that in the forest, right? To be truly in the forest is to face and embrace paths not yet taken, the wild, right? The wilderness. And it's so interesting that we have two books out right now, one by Brene Brown and one by Glennon Doyle. One called, Brene's is called Braving the Wilderness, I believe, and Glennon Doyle's is called Untamed. And, you know, there's like kind of whole thing about facing, you know, the wilderness, the forest, the unknown, paving your own path, being brave to move outside of social constructs, and recognizing that mind, body, spirit, we cannot ignore that we are not animal, that we do have a part of us that is wild, that needs to experience nature and our own nature by being very present to everything that is sensual and everything that is experienceable. Experienceable? Is that a word? No. Is capable of being experienced in the now, right? I mean, animals don't go to the grocery store and find cherries grown in Costa Rica. I don't know, cherries come, but you know what I mean? Like they're experiencing what's available to them right now, and it is sustaining, and it is survival, instinctual, and as human beings, we have to remember that. We have to put down all of our little devices and all of our conveniences and all of our addictions to the technologies and the easy buttons of the world, and return to our animal instinctual self, right? God, when you do that, I mean, you're just sucking the marrow out of life. You learn truly, truly that you can depend on yourself and in your own knowing and your own ability to survive whatever life throws at you, which brings us to, you know, the dead end. In life and in following paths that we are creating, especially like in the forest, we reach points that are dead ends. There's nowhere to go. It's like, what, I thought I was going in one direction. I thought the light was coming from this direction, but it isn't. Or there's just no more steps to take on this path. I have to find a new way. I have to find a way either to cut through the limitations of this dead end, which is going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of hard work. Or I might look and consider a new direction. But one thing that we can't do when we face dead ends, or that something needs to die or to be let go of, one thing we can't do is thrash and fight against it. We have to come to a point of acceptance so that we can get very clear, so that it can be very practical and use all of our survival animal instincts as well as our intellect to problem solve, to move into a new direction. And I mean, there's so many times, you know, when it seemed like for me and my story, I'm going in one direction and I think like, okay, now this is it. And then I hit that dead end and I have to come to an acceptance and move in a different direction. And it takes me often in a direction that I really didn't anticipate and ends up being better than the one that I thought I was going on. And I'm going to be doing a separate series on that and on my story coming up in the near future. I really could have adopted this part of your reading, actually, which is so fascinating because, again, collectively, we're in this same nodal axis as you are. So the third one was gnosis, which is, there is a mystery, a magic and a mystery in like in what is happening. I'm going to read this, a little bit of this page out of this book here. I should have marked it. So 217. Okay. Some of the key words are innermost knowing and mystic truths. This card relates to the riddle and the shapeshifter. All concern themselves with revealing mystic truths. Those who say they don't know, those who say they know don't, and those who say they don't know, know. It's when you're in the light of this energy, you're contemplating the mystery and unanswerable questions, right? Like, why might I have reached this dead end in my path? Why is all this happening around me, right? Do I need to know the why, or do I need to move forward with it? Maybe there are just things I'm not going to understand. And when dark, over intellectualizing and literalizing and asking others. And so this is really about understanding, once again, your own experience and walking your own path and forging your own path. Points to the deep and timeless archetypal wisdom that rises from the felt experience of having touched the unknown with every one of the senses. So it's funny, it's really related to this animal card. And I suggest you get the deck for your own, opportunities for reflection and meditation and connecting to your own divine self or the collective unconscious. I'm not going to read every card that flies out of here, but those who are drawn to gnosis find themselves in esoteric studies, likely involving mysticism, alchemy, healing, or perhaps science. That sentence is going to mean a lot. It's going to connect more to some of these other cards that came out later. This card signifies a knowing that is life-changing. Once you experience it, you are forever changed and become a guardian of gnosis. The eternal mystery is calling you. Your study your passion in the deepest way available to you. Okay. And here, finally, we have the empty room. So these are all the archetypal energies that are impacting you right now. The empty room being this place of nothingness, this place of an energy that wants to fill something up, right? That wants and feels and is experiencing the emptiness and the, what is the word? The semi-painful space that is, you know? And I think rather than trying to figure out how to fill it, once again, with all of the normal, your normal ways, or maybe the collective normal ways that we try to fill these empty spaces, these empty rooms in our life, the in-between times, the times where, you know, you hit that dead end and you go, wow, like I just lost everything, or wow, that my life is no longer what I thought it was, or was where it was going, or, you know, there goes my dream. It's kind of like this empty silence. Like, okay, that song just, the sound of silence, right? It's just, it's hard not to want to quickly fill it back up. But I think this is saying for right now, resist needing to move too quickly to fill up whatever it is that feels empty right now, and allow yourself to experience it. And if you are going to experience anything, take it out into nature. Go for walks in woods and off the trails, and reconnect to your place in the natural world. Okay, so I'm not going to go on too long about that. Now, a past life influence that could be impacting you right now has to do with, the bottom of the deck was health, working in or being a part of being a healer or a healing community, maybe not having dealt with health issue, health concern, maybe even having not been able to heal some others that have health concerns. Why do I say that? Because the other two cards that came out, so Saggy, South Node, Medicine Man or Woman, and High Priest, Priestess. So somewhere in your past, having been a spiritual healer, okay, and it may be important for you right now to bring the strengths of that past life, meaning understanding the mystery, the connection, the cycles of life to spirit, back into your awareness, for yourself, right? For yourself, for your own experience for right now. Letting go of necessarily needing to feel burdened or responsible, or that you need to be, you know, running around telling everybody, you know, what they need to do and how they need to heal themselves in sort of like that preachy, proselytizing way, but more just taking ownership of this is what worked for me, right? And this is a fascination for me, maybe. I mean, maybe it's a fascination for you and not anything that you're, you know, consciously aware of. Okay. And I asked, what is a possible life purpose that you might want to consider or reflect on right now? You know, everything's kind of, we're in an opportune time to make some pivots, and who knows? So interesting for Gemini. You're such a learner, right? And teacher and student and all of that. And so you got school. The answer that you're seeking involves going to school. Pretty self-explanatory. When I see the word school or I see the word student, I immediately see the other side of the coin, which is also teacher. The teacher is the student is a teacher, because you will necessarily, whatever you learn, you will necessarily bring it back out into the community, right? We're all connected. So I don't know if you haven't considered, or if you are considering going to school, I think this would be a great time. Maybe it's taking an online class, maybe it's actually going back and resetting kind of your course, your career course, to something that feels more fulfilling, or maybe it's shoring up some skills that are necessary as we move into kind of more of a technical, I don't know what you call this, but working in a different manner. Who knows? Maybe it has something to do with health and healing, and it could be it really could be anything. But here's, at the bottom of this deck is author. Okay, so for me, this is telling me that you do have a book in you. You have something to say. And I just want to point out that it's important, as you're moving in your North Node, Gemini, that you remain open and you remain curious. You gain as much new information as you kind of are putting out, and you resist, like I said, this like self-righteous, preachy, all-knowing, too impulsive. You know, you want to reflect on this stuff. You want to have an experience that speaks from wisdom as well as learned knowledge, and you can write your story, right? That I don't know about you, but I'm always more influenced and impacted by people who are telling their story and things that help them, and in that I'm you know, so intrigued and feel compassion and connection that I'm willing to, you know, kind of be inspired or take action steps in something that author writes, because I feel that their experience is what creates the wisdom in the book. So that is something for you to consider. Okay, so I'm going to put these cards away now, and we're going to move into the rest of your reading. Let's see, how do I want to have these? Because I kind of want to remember what we're looking at. Okay. So I did pre-shuffle all these decks and set my intentions. So please set your intentions that you are receiving the messages that you are hoping to get, or the guidance, or inspiration for reflection. So we're going to look at what challenges are, shuffling this deck upside down. What challenges are present for you right now? We looked at the archetypes, and we looked at the past life and potential life purpose. Too many cards. I'm not going to take that. The top card on that little wad that flew out was the Four of Swords. So definitely time for you to be patient and meditating. Not a time for you to be, you know, doing so much right now. But let's see what else comes up. What challenges are present right now for Gemini North Node? What challenges are present right now? All right, we're just going to take that one. Okay, so you are moving, it looks like you are moving into calmer waters. Again, looking at this like dead end card along with the empty room card. Yeah, it just seems like it's a time for you right now to allow yourself the time and the space to heal, to experience this in-between time with gratitude as much as you can. Because, why do I say that? So we have one person here, right, with this giant, I guess it's an oar or whatever, but this big black stick here. Black, for me, you know, holds all the potential. It's the dark. It's the empty room, right? It's the void. And this person is, you know, carrying these people into calmer waters. Here's the choppy waters. Here's the, you know, still. Like they're being helped. On the other hand, maybe you're the person. You're the person that holds the power to move these people, whoever they are, into calmer waters, into a more stable mental space, a more just an easier, calmer time. Either way, I would say there's much to be grateful for if you are in this boat at all, because you are not in the turmoil. The turmoil has already happened, whatever it is. I don't know, why would this be a challenge? And the bottom of the deck is Ace of Pentacles. So something is showing up by the divine, you know, by grace of God. A new opportunity to build something new, to manifest something new, to create something new. Maybe around money, maybe a gift of money. And that is going to help you to move into calmer waters. Why is that a challenge? I don't understand. Why is that a challenge for you? Are you able to accept help from others? Are you afraid to move into calmer waters? Would you prefer to hang out in the dead end? Would you prefer to I don't know. Justice. going through a breakup, divorce. The bottom of this deck is Judgment. Could be karmic, although this is number 8. This Justice card is number 8, and it is it's kind of like a balancing out of the material, the spiritual and the earthly, the yin, the yang, the darkness and the light. It's karmic in that, for me, like the number 8 is, this lesson will be repeated until it is learned. So maybe this is more about, maybe this, allowing yourself to come to a place of acceptance and move forward into calmer waters, staying out of the conflict, staying out of all of the, somebody has to win, or who knows, somebody has to be right, somebody has to maybe that's a challenge for you, being South Node, like I said, that kind of Sagittarian kind of shadow piece of, there's a right way, right? There's like, everything should be this, and life just doesn't show up that way all the time, right? So what strengths or gifts Gemini North Node bring forward? Yeah, okay, the bottom of the deck is you walking towards something that is more fulfilling. Here's an eclipse here. So this is probably going to happen fairly soon. Okay. What strengths and gifts to bring forward? Okay, being willing to do the hard work. Let me see what else is here. Okay, well, then Ace of Pentacles, remaining defensive. Yeah. I think you're willing to do what needs to be done. I think you are willing to move. There's something that's good, but it's not good enough. It's not fulfilling enough. It's too limiting. It's reached its, there you go again. There's a dead end here. I've walked this path long enough, and I recognize that there are some good things here, but I'm being stopped, so I've got to go a different direction. Let's just get a little clarifier for the 10 of Wands. Remember, 10 of Wands, it's a beginning and an end. Wands being representative of fire energy. So again, Sagittarians are fire energy, but also, it's passion, it's purpose, it's life force, it's sex, it's, all of that good fiery stuff. So let's see, the Magician, yeah, with the 9 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. And so he's a warrior. He knows where he's been. He's courageous. and he's deciding from, from this deck, it's more like he's poised to strike if he needs to, but he'll hold back, right? He'll hold back until he does, but he's no dummy. He's already been through all he needs to go through, and he will pick up that 10th one, and he will do more work if he needs to, but nobody's going to come behind him. Nobody is coming behind him for a surprise attack. It's not happening. Willing to do the work to go create the life that you want, to find something more fulfilling for you. Empress is underneath this 9 of Wands too, so you want to create something more. Some people call the Magician, the card of Gemini, can be a trickster. Definitely, I see it more as kind of some Virgo energy, but sure, why not? I mean, they're both ruled by Mercury, and I said enough about that. Okay, so yes, you're going to move forward, and you're willing to do that to create the life that you want. I know I created this layout, and I still don't even know it. I have to use my cheat sheet. I'm sorry. So what tendencies to leave behind? King of Cups. Wow. All right. With the 2 of Cups and then the 2 of Swords underneath that, there could be a real, and then the World card underneath that. So an ending, a completion, possibly Gemini North Node. Again, this is a general reading, but it may be that you're really too in your feels here. You're too driven by your emotions. You're the one that's going to kind of make everything okay and nice and people please, and this is a king energy. Why would we leave it behind, right? I mean, he's the King of Cups. He's in his emotions, but he's fairly stable in them. It looks like it is about in relationships, right? And having a hard time seeing the truth or denying the truth or blocking out, making a choice to close your eyes to the truth in order to level up, end something. I don't know. Let's see. Pisces energy. So there's something about, I think, Mars or Neptune or somebody's, Mars is in Neptune or in Pisces or something like that, or conjuncting some, I don't know, astrological something, which might be influencing you right now. It may be that you're too stable in your emotions. It may be that you're, something, a tendency to leave behind. I don't know. If I'm thinking about South Node, Sag, that Sagittarians can be pretty hot-headed, right? And appear to be very extremely emotional. So or to maybe even stay too long in something that is just not, or maybe even to be so fixated on getting that, perfect partnership that you just kind of, I don't want to pay attention to all the other stuff, right? Two of Wands. Wow. You got 3 2s now. This is what this looks like. 2 of Wands. Okay, so we're thinking about tendencies to leave behind. I think just don't get so fixated on your dream. You've got to be realistic. You've got to see what is. You've got to be in the now, be present, trust your intuition, logic, stay open, stay curious, don't deny, but don't stay stuck in the dream, right? Like, yeah, but this is what I wanted, and no, that's not going to help you. You can trust your senses, but don't get washed away in, like, I keep wanting to say emotions, but in the dreamy fantasy pieces, right? You still have to keep that Gemini piece straight, right? This is what is. Taking down my notes. All right. What to focus on to contribute to the collective? Gemini North Node. What to focus on to contribute to the collective? We saw school and author card come out. Possible life purpose to explore right now. Be interesting to see. Okay. So bottom of the deck, the High Priestess. Understanding the mystery, that there is a mystery behind the veil. She's the protector of the mystery, and she's also connected to the mystery. She understands that, this is a part of what it means to go through life. There will be some things that remain in that mysterious, unknown space. Always. The more we know we don't know. Is that right? The Empress. Understanding your place as an abundant, creative, fertile, divine, the divine feminine is here. She is nurturing, she's creative, she's fertile, she understands, she wears the crown of the stars, she's just, she understands her connection and her place, follows right up behind understanding the magic and the mystery, but even in that, she understands She's part of it. She's part of creation, the divine feminine. So don't doubt yourself. Bring that to the table. What are you going to create? Some people say, you know, pregnancy with her. So I'm thinking, like I said earlier, you may have a book in you. So you may be pregnant with that book right now. And you may want to consider at least getting started in it, writing it. Again, I don't know why, I just can't help thinking. I just can't help thinking, like, please take time to practice saying your gratitudes or writing them down. Practice being aware of all that you still have, of all that is still remaining. If you can remember that 8 of Cups, they are all standing up. There's certain things that are good, that's not quite enough. But I'm just feeling this sense, like I just really want you to don't forget that even in the dead ends and even in the, what's it called, empty rooms, you're still alive and a creator, and there's so much more for you to uncover and explore and create, and, you know, remain grateful in that. You know, there could be something, again, if we think about those earlier cards, that, you know, you recognize yourself as a healer, and you can bring forth some of that energy, that healing, nurturing, energy, connection, wisdom. Maybe it's something that's connected to the earth. Maybe it's, you know, about natural and holistic healing, or earthing, or what's it called? Is it called earthing? Where you walk with your feet barefoot on the ground, grounding, earthing, you know, like kind of that kind of healing. Essential oils, I mean, food, who knows. Okay, again, with the Ace of Pentacles, what obstacles to be aware of? The Devil with the Ace of Pentacles. Please don't sell your soul to the devil. A gift of money or an opportunity to make money must remain above board. You must accept it and use it with integrity. You must build something using Capricorn, positive Capricorn energy, Saturnian energy, But if there's going to be any obstacle in your way, it may be that you misuse this coin, this new start, this new beginning, this new seed in a way that is not in your highest integrity. And or it could be that you become so stuck in your fears regarding money or the lack of money or your ability to create or your faith in your path, your faith, like I talked about earlier. You have to remember that there are times when we have to go through the wilderness and new ideas, new things come to us. But if we're so afraid of not having enough, we're not open to those moments where new opportunities can come along. And they do. They always do. One door closes, another one opens. Do not, if you can look at these people, they're chained to this entity. They believe they're chained, but look at how loose around their neck the chain is. They could unloosen themselves, unleash themselves. So be aware of that, okay? That is a possible obstacle for you right now. Bottom of the deck is Page of Swords. And underneath that is Knight of Wands. So just be careful that you are in integrity. You know, if you're saying something, that it's the truth and that you're not listening to gossip or whispers in the wind, you know, or speculating or moving too impulsively into something or withholding information from others. Could be like a whole range of things, right? But okay. So how the collective needs you right now. Yeah. Well, there's the Hierophant and the Teacher. And at the bottom of the deck is 10 of Swords. The collective needs you. Spiritual leader, right? The collective, whatever that collective is, could be your family, it could be truly, you know, all of us. Your role and the way we need you as part of the collective or the hive, if you will, is to teach and to lead by your faith, by your stability in the midst of changes, big changes, death, you know, death of something. We need you to speak your truth. We need you to go to the mountain and meditate. We need you to maintain your leadership, because the towers do fall. We need your expression. We need the words that you say to be expressed from a place of true inner, deep inner wisdom, through self-exploration, and then to become some like guide with that in many ways. To inspire faith in the mystery, in the unknown, in those things that we know we will never know. That's come up multiple times, you know, in your reading. And it's not based in being preachy, and it's not based in anything that anyone has ever told you. It's not based in what you learned at Sunday school or whatever. It's based in your experience of this. Something has ended, and you have to let it die. Every experience that we have has a purpose and a meaning if we choose to learn from it, if we choose to grow from it. And we need that, you know, as a collective. Best possible outcome for you, Gemini North Node. Best possible outcome. Best possible outcome for Gemini Node right now. Possible outcome. Who redid The Sound of Silence? It was kind of like within the last, maybe 3 to 5 years, something like that. It was so good. Yeah. All right. There you go. I will try to add the lyrics to The Sound of Silence in the description box. So you can get maybe some more messages and connect to that. And I'll figure out who sang the version, and then you can kind of like find that on YouTube if you want to. But I feel like that may be kind of the feeling that you're having right now. The angst in the human experience of it is so powerful. There were some particular stones I was really drawn to for your reading. And one of them was lapis lazuli. One of them was aquamarine. And one of them was the, it's tiger eye, but it's mixed with, I think, I don't know. Anyway, it's very grounding and protective. Along with all of the other, the others, compassion. But I feel, I'm going to read you your card, but just one. Whatever you speak and whatever you say, Gemini, North Node, please take the time to ground yourself, to speak thoughtfully, to listen to not to resist over emotionality, meaning, you know, you're not going on rants and raging or, you know, kind of anything like that. Okay, so highest, what did I say? Best possible outcome. Here you are, magician again, right? Magician, coming from what are your strengths? Remembering who you are. Okay? You have everything you need on earth to take what it is that you believe on the spiritual plane and manifest it here, right? In the physical plane. But it must be in integrity. We need the highest creator of you along with the bottom of the deck. An allowance for hope and healing and restoring and remembering that you are 100% a part of the cosmos, the stars, the universe, the divine. Don't forget that as you move into, you know, calmer waters, as you move through the darkness, as you move through the grief, as you take time to rest, be patient, and meditate. Okay, the highest possible outcome. Okay, I'm going to get a prayer for you from the Blessed Bee deck. Celtic Goddesses, a prayer for Gemini North Node people. Gemini North Node people, prayer. Prayer. Okay. A blessing on a friendship. And at the bottom of the deck is a blessing to bring prosperity. You may be feeling very alone right now. Maybe you need friends to surround you and support you at this time. 14, so that resonates to 5, so some change going on. I'll let you look at this card. It's beautiful. Blessing on a friendship. Let's see what this is about. A blessing for a friendship where your best self is given permission to emerge and grow. And where mutual love is shared in good times and in bad. I apologize, I did not spend too much time talking at the camera. I didn't put this down. Hopefully you can see all of your cards here laid out so you can see what that looks like. All right. May your friendship be blessed with laughter, but never at the expense of the dignity of one of you. May your friendship be a delight to you both, a time of warmth and sharing, give and take, small offerings of what you have sent back and forth between you. You know, that could very much be a lot about what this is, and that, you know, I don't know if you're used to accepting help or for asking for help or, you know, allowing someone to come to help you move through this time, but that could be. May you be kind to each other and honest too. May you have the trust that true friendship needs to speak of things of the soul, and may there be loyalty one to the other without chains or obedience, but freely given. May there be affinities of the spirit, differences to exalt in, and if harsh thoughts or words enter in and blight the path of your companionship, may you pick them up as a stone in the road and move them out of your way. May there be closeness, but a bright and blessed space between you as well. May you support each other's soul endeavors. May you breathe life to the fire of each other's dreams. And may there be moments of shared rapture with the simple things, the song you love most, the glory of dawn, the offering of meals, the breaking of bread, the warm circle of the arms of a friend which holds you while the world about you or within you is falling down. It's going to make me cry. Wow. Let there be mutual care, and may your friendship endure amidst the inconstancies of the world. Let your friendship have its seasons, but let it turn on, ever changing, ever returning, to the place where you find love for each other and greater love of self for knowing one another. Blessed be. Man, Gemini, killing me today. Sometimes, sometimes the cards just come out and many times I'm blown away. I do not take responsibility. This is such a gift and an honor, and it's just so happens to be fun for me to play in this magical space and offer any help or guidance that I can. Please remember, honey, be you. Remember that you matter. Remember that everything that you go through in your life matters. You will be a student and a teacher for us all. Thank you and wish you the best. Bye-bye.